What is the common approach that people take when they are asked to create something? That something may be as simple as an essay or a report, or it might be a piece of art, or even, through a publisher, a larger piece of work such as a novel. The common approach is usually pretty linear with a deadline. It may have 2 or more consecutive stages such as design or concept and draft. This can become very much a self-contained project. It is a common experience for students in higher levels of education when writing their dissertation. Now, the problem is that this is a very mechanistic approach. You crank the handle, follow the process, and you hope that the output is somehow creative and insightful. Whilst that may be the hope, it invariably creates the kind of issues that many have come to regard as normal. Issues such as writer's block in facing that blank page or canvas, or perfectionism, which leaves the creative feeling at the end of the process that they could have done a lot better. A superior and more natural way of creating is one that avoids issues like writer's block and perfectionism. It has been practiced by creative people for centuries, and it is better described as the organic creative cycle. Using the example of sowing seeds and reaping crops, the cycle by definition is a non-linear process, and it grows organically. The seeds are ideas that come to us from external sources. These are sown into the soil of our thinking of the human creator. The quality of what is ultimately reaped depends very much on the depth and richness of that soil. It is the same with what is produced from our own thinking. The seed is allowed to germinate within that private world of the soil. It can then associate through its roots with other organisms within the soil, in the same way organizing our thoughts in a linked manner allows them to behave as a kind of root system of our own understanding, knowledge and wisdom. So a complex network can develop through the association of ideas that had not yet been associated, creating further emergent ideas. Eventually, shoots have to emerge above the ground. This is a picture of taking the ideas out of the creator's private note system out into the open and subjecting them to the scrutiny of others. When fully developed, these roots can become a harvest that produce something that benefits others. As this cycle repeats, the human creator can and should produce other crops. These other crops enrich the creator's farm or portfolio of work, which also provides fresh seed for further creative work below ground. In my book, Thinking It Out, I explain how all this works out practically. You can get your copy by following the link below.